All right, everybody. So we're on part three now. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make these videos too long. They might be a little too long for some viewers. A lot of viewers don't like, things going beyond 4 or 5 minutes. They just don't have that kind of attention span. I'm not trying to disregard people, but it's just all like I'm also one of those people. If I see a video, it's going to be like 15 minutes and it's not what I'm interested in, I'm not going to watch the 15 minutes. I'll probably skim through it. You know what I mean? So, more than likely, a decent amount of video. I don't know how many views I'll be getting, but I definitely want to get my thoughts out there. Um, so, yeah, I was talking about systemic problems and right now how we're seeing that with protest. It's just all like we're talking with the Black Lives Matter. It seems like the main issue is what police brutality, I guess, and also other injustices, but mostly police brutality. And we're trying to seek justice for all the Black Americans who have been wrongfully killed in the name of justice and law. Um, so there are thoughts on that, and as a Black man in America, it's just all like I've always felt it. I've always been aware of these issues. My family made sure I always knew about these issues. I knew about what slavery was. I knew about, the atrocities that happened during that time, but also the atrocities and the achievements that happened in the more modern years as well too. Like, I mean, it's just like you look at some of these old things, like people talk about like how racism is dead. It's just all like I don't know about that. A lot of Americans were proud racist, and they're still alive. And that was a majority of Americans. We're talking about millions of Americans that had no problem being racist. That had no problem. What is it with that Viking mentality? That what is it? We're better. We're going to take over, and we're going to be the rulers here. Now, when it comes to that whole Viking mentality, this is just my small theory on it, but history kind of has been connecting the dots. Vikings pretty much took over Europe. Europe pretty much took over the world. Uh, Europe pretty much became America, and then there you go. I mean, we even have the WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. Like, are you kidding me? Like, and when it came to the Norsemen, they had no problem pillaging because their religion approved of it. The gods were just all like, yeah, the spoils are yours because you're not dead. And if you die in a glorious battle, come on up. We'll see you at Valhalla. Maybe these things don't really still click, but if you noticed, a lot of those Norse traditions, have been integrated with Christianity. you know Christianity became something else when they took over, but again, this and that's mostly just theory. I'm not going to say I have credentials. I'm not going to say I have citing for that. That is my opinion. What is it? It is a part of history though, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. um, but let's get back to the main problem here with systemic problems in America. We have injustices, but it's because we have a system that makes money off of injustices. Like you have to realize it. Police are being brutal, sure, but they want to make arrest, sure, but it's also because their job is requiring them to make a certain amount of arrest, sure, but why is that? Ever actually thought about that? Why do they need to make a quota? A quota on tickets, a quota on arrest. It's just all like you only talk about quotas when you're talking about like numbers and marginalizing numbers, quantizing numbers. And I don't mean, quantum systems, we'll talk about that some other time. Definitely down the line, that's my degree, that's what I want to go on, but I'm a major thinker and I think about a lot of things beyond just science and math. I'm a nerd, but I'm also more than a nerd, you feel me? All right, so let's keep at it, um what we're talking about. So with officers meeting a quota, it's just all like you have to think about it. When you get ticketed, you have to pay for that. And who are you paying? You're paying your local government. That's a revenue for them. That's their business. It may not be the police officer's business. The police officer's business is his job, but his job is requiring him to fit this quota. It's a revenue, and they need to keep their numbers appropriate. I don't know what for. However, they're allocating the monies. They need to keep it appropriate. And what I mean by that is like maybe in order simply for payroll. But even then, that's terrible. That's terrible. Not even from my own opinion, but ethically, logically, from a capitalist perspective, it makes sense. Meet this quota, we can keep people on payroll, we can keep paying people how we do. But at the same time, the government also receives our taxes. And we're talking about trillions of dollars. What is it worth in taxes that's made over a decade? How is that allocated? And looking at how it's allocated is insanely important. All right. So I'm not going to go into this further, but we will go ahead and continue this on to the next part of this journal entry. All right. See you there. Or not. Whichever. It's whichever. It's up to you.